Well, there it is. Hello there and welcome to the Tavern Brawl. Who's the boss now? You want a guide? Well, this is one of the guides that you're going to get. It's about Druid playing on this freaking Tavern Brawl, and it's pretty good actually. There's multiple ways to play this Tavern Brawl, and I would suggest that if you've got a control style deck that you probably focus on using that unless you want to win very quickly, because typically using the hero power is the key here, and holding on onto all of your cards is a good way to go. Now, this deck itself is relatively expensive, but the reason why I play Druid here is actually because I had a quest to win 5 Tavern Brawls, and I also had a quest to win with Druid. So that's the reason why I used Druid. Otherwise, I was using Paladin before. There was a Murloc Paladin. I haven't seen a Control Warrior in this, but I would suspect that Control Warrior would be actually quite effective at this deck, because like I say, it's just about building up as much armor, but then again you probably want Justicare, so that's quite expensive. A lot of players don't have that. So if you've got access to any of these cards, then I highly suggest you try this one out. I just built this deck myself. If not, then you can always go over to halfpion.com and check out their guides, because they normally have free decks that are up there that sort of like, you know, encourage you and, you know, give you guidance on how to play in this Tavern Brawl. But the idea behind this one is to essentially try to get a head start if you can with Innovate and Wild Growth, and see how many minions you can get onto the board. Get control with the hero powers as much as possible. It's obviously very luck based, it is Hearthstone, but if you can power the wild all of your minions, if you've got loads of them on the board, which there are hero powers to bring out 3 Drakes, or, you know, sort of like 2 of those skeletal constructs, and you can get a double Savage Roar and just go for the face. If not, you've got these bigger minions for potentially the pile up hero power. If they ever dare to do that, they might bring on like Baron or Dr. Boom or Kel Facade, all these kind of cards. They're there for more flair and fun, but Baron Geddon's actually quite productive because he can sort of like do an AoE clear of the board. Ragnaros is just there for fun, pretty much because he's a big guy. Kel Facade as well, obviously, he can resurrect all of the many minions that you can potentially get. Dr. Boone just always value. And Volcanic Lambra because he's a laugh, and also a lot of minions die in this game, so you can potentially get quite fortunate and get him out. I did manage to pull off a nice little move earlier in one of my playtests where I got him down to 3 mana and completely and utterly cleared the board, and also had minions left over. That was really nice. So let's get going, shall we? Because you might want to see how this deck plays out, and let's hopefully see if we can get ourselves a win that shows that off. A nice challenging game would be good as well, something to sort of like deal with the situations that we're going to be facing, but typically use your hero power a lot. That's what I would say. Hero power is the key here, definitely, no doubt about it. You want to spam that out as much as possible and try and set it up so that your opponent is going to basically fall to your hero power, such as the poison one, which can do like 1 damage to all enemy minions. If they've got a bunch of constructs or 1 health units, you can get a bunch of slimes, because you raise a 2/2 slime when you kill all of theirs. That's a pretty damn good start, I would say. Keeper the Grow's pretty much a solid hero here to have in this situation. Don't know whether to get a bit more greedy though. Ras also very good as well for clearing things off and just drawing more cards. That's a pretty damn good start, to be honest with you. I might actually clear those though, just see if I can get even more greedy and go for more innovates. No, innovate, wild growth, swipe, that's some good options. A board clear, a way to sort of get more hero power, and wild growth just to keep the ramp going. So I quite like the way this is looking so far. It depends what Mr. Mage has got. Sorry, Jaina, I called you a Miss Mage then. Unless it's Medivh, but it ain't. Right then, looks like she is thinking about her cards very, very hard. It's not that hard. There you go. Good to go. Yes. Alrighty. Oh no, that's a terrible one to have to start off with. Okay, so we've got nothing to play here, basically. You could innovate into Wild Growth, but I wouldn't suggest blowing innovate on Wild Growth. This one ain't going to do nothing for you, except for if you have another setup to go and kill, such as this Wrath. So deal 1 damage, draw a card. If you put down a big minion, then I can get a nice thing out of that. He's got a crappy hero power there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for Wild Growth here, because that's an obvious choice. Ramp it up, that's good. Get more mana crystals. And whatever he draws, next turn I can kill with this and that, should I need to. And if he uses that hero power, I could put a big minion. I've got lots of big minions. Whee! There we go! That's why you get Volcanic Lumber. I'm expecting it to just leave right now. Okay, to be quite frank, you should use the hero power. You should use the hero. I mean, we've also got a setup here, so we don't want to use Innovate. We've got a setup here for Kel Facade. But bear in mind that the hero power is really key in this. So let's just rub this in a little bit. Get another card out of this and do 7 damage to the face. Oh, that's funny. Alrighty. And then we got this one again. We don't particularly want this one, but it's good later on when you want to clear the board, but not so good, you know, now. For example, you can combine that with Baron Geddon. There's a lot of hero powers that combine well with the decks or the cards that I've picked with this deck, but don't expect to keep any of your minions for too long, because eventually you can clear the board. Like I say, you've got this Decimate ability right here, and then Consecrate, or Flame Strike, Blizzard, whatever it is, can do the job quite nicely. So, I think we have got some good stuff to play. Typically what I end up doing is just hoarding onto so much stuff. We know we've got Kel'Thuzad next turn, so potentially I'm going to play something and hope that he doesn't... Yeah. Let's go for Druid of the Claw charge. And we're not too worried about that Mana Worm. Just 7 damage to the face is fine. We can finish this one quite quickly, potentially. A lot of my games have gone long and drawn out, which is why I was suggesting like Control, Warrior, things like that. Armor up, but potentially you can get very fast games. Polymorph, that's fine. I'll take that. Boom. And he ignores the sheep. Well, that sheep's coming back with a vengeance. Unfortunately, we can't get this killed, so I'm not so sure whether to go into Kel'Thuzad just yet. I don't know whether I would value that, so what I probably will do is go for Decimate, because that uses that up. It keeps giving me Decimate. Come on now. Use it again, because we don't want it. There we go. Wild Magic. Okay. That's the other slightly crappy one, is Web Wrap. There's much better ones like the Ogre Smash, Hero Power, which just destroys anything, or you got these ones here which basically spawn lots of minions. Now, spawning a lot of minions is great when you're trying to build up a Savage Roar deck, and again, you can potentially do that with this deck, or any other deck, potentially. Like, there's other, you know, ways to sort of build it up. Like I say, Paladin, Secret Paladin, that kind of thing, ramps out of control. Murlocs really combine well. I've seen people play the Hero Maiden card, which reduces... Oh, there you go, he got the really good one. Me Smash. That's okay in that situation, though. No biggie. I'm just going to play Baron Geddon here, because lol. And then maybe next turn I'll keep Kel'Thuzad on the board, because, well, we know what he's got. He's got the ability to kill Baron Geddon, so that's nice for him. He's getting all the good ones. But we've got this set up for if he puts a big minion on the board. If he doesn't, then we're just going to rush down his face with Druid of the Claw, Swipe, that sort of thing. No biggie. Could go with Duplicate. Probably Duplicate on Kel'Thuzad would be quite funny, wouldn't it? Because they're almost definitely going to have a way to clear it. It's unusual to be able to keep your minions for very long, despite how big they are, which is why I've stated time and time again, go for your hero power as much as possible. Just spam it. Unfortunately, I can't use that hero power because he hasn't got anything on the board. I could have used it last turn, but I don't know. I had a way to clear what I had, so that's fine. Now, I don't know why this guy's thinking so much about it. That's a pretty obvious choice. Smash the Baron Geddon, see what you get. Construct some more stuff. Typically what people do is they're just not spamming, but it looks like he's probably put on something like Ice Block. I would think so. Some sort of form of desperation. Again, that's the kind of form of control. It could be Mirror Entity for all I know, so we're going to test it.
The light protects me.
Boom. Okay, so it's Mirror Entity. Now, again, like I say, I could put down Kel'Thuzad and all that, get so much control, Duplicate, etc, etc, but hero power really is the key here. It's so the key. To be fair, do I have Fatal? I should have probably checked that first. Possibly. But whatever, we're just going to go on a little bit further because why not? And... draw another card, why not? And then we can't use this one, so we'll whack out the Aspirant, even though the Aspirant's pretty pointless at this point because we're already getting close to that 10 mana mark, but why the F not? And there you go. So this guy's got some choices to make. Yes, indeed, he can't ping, he can't... Flame Strike's not going to, well, quite cut it. Arcane Missiles, that's fair enough in this situation. Like, there's a lot of 1 health minions that you can do damage to. Blizzard, it's not very efficient. What's going on for this guy right now? I'm pretty sure we probably got Fatal at this point. So, yeah, I might just go for it. Boom, 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 boom. So, yeah, this guy got absolutely slaughtered. And that was rough. What I'll do is I'll give you another game just to see how this works, because that was very one-sided. He didn't really stand much of a chance, the poor little fella. So yeah, we'll give it another go, and that way you guys can get more of an inclination as to how to play this out. I might lose, but you'll get more of a feel for how this works, and then I can try and explain it as best as possible when things happen. So it's all about the hero power, in my opinion. It's just hero power it up like mad. Okay, we've got a paladin here. That could be a bit more challenging.
I will fight with honor. I must protect the wild.
Swipe is always handy to hand on to first as a paladin, not only because of the minions that you get out, but also muster for battle. So we're going to hold on to Swipe and hopefully get Innovate and something like that. If not, then we don't get it. We don't get it. It's fine. Learn to play. Okay, now that's a really nice one, because if he does muster for battle, this is a really good one right here. We can't use it until he's got stuff on the board. So deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. If they die, summon a slime, and you get a 2/2 slime. So what you can do really is combine that with Wrath. But what we're going to do, I think, yeah, we're going to put some threat on the board. Draw another card, because I could put that out, but he could potentially kill that with the Knife Juggler. So I just want to kind of guarantee that Knife Juggler's death for next turn, and potentially threaten him putting anything on the board. Oh, that was a mistake. He doesn't realise. He's not paying attention to hero powers. By using that one, he's just giving me a 1/1, so now I'm going to get 2 2/2s. You heard me. Oh, we both got the good one. Me Smash. It destroys a random minion, so if you flood the board, this hero power isn't so good. But if it's a fairly strong minion like that, well, it's going to get crushed. Now you can get the idea that if I can spawn enough stuff on the board, wow, it's giving me that twice. But if I can spawn enough stuff on the board, you can use Power of the Wild to give +1/+1 to all your minions. But for now, we'll just go with 3/2 Panther. And just sort of apply just a little bit more pressure. That's all. I could hold on to it, but you can see I've got plenty of good stuff to hold on to anyway. Like Dr. Boom, Ragnaros. Oh, Consecration, that's not bad, but he does give up his go, so that's a little bit unfortunate for him. Now, what's unfortunate for me is that I haven't got that much to play, so in this situation I'm just going to go and do that again and bank on the fact that he hasn't got another Consecration, and if he does have a Consecration, then it's going to be kind of a waste just to kill that 3/2 Panther, so that's fine. We're keeping the tempo. We're still in control. He can use the hero power twice, so it depends what he gets on the second one. So say, best case scenario, he gets to kill the Panther with that hero smash. Then what? What does he get after that? One of the better ones to get is the Omnitron one. So you can... Oh, that's not it. You can... Yeah, Outer Peacekeeper, what? Okay, so it's all about using the hero power. Boom. See if we get the Omnitron one. Oh, okay, that's not it. That's not it, but these are good ones to have anyway, because they just fill up the board. Okay. Let's get some 1/1s on the board, because again, we can always build up, as a druid, for those Savage Roar combos and just smash down the face, like, instantaneously. That'd be lovely. And we can also sort of pick off this minion very easily with the Decimate hero power and these 2 1/1s. So this is what the Paladin can do. This is a really fun deck to play as Paladin, so I would highly suggest this. But right now, it gives us an excuse to use the Decimate, hero power, boom, 1/1. Get some more stuff on the board. And we're going to actually be... Just want to see what else I get here with the wild magic. I could have done Swipe there, to be fair. Could have done Swipe on the face, and then that would clear everything. In fact, probably should have done that, but I got lucky. And through my mistake of pressing this, I got lucky to get Poison Cloud, and you're going to see what Poison Cloud does. I can't even fill this up anymore. I could have sacked... No. That's that's like best case scenario. So what we're building up to now basically is a Savage Roar. If we get another Savage Roar, it's totally over. If we don't, it might still be over. It's like 5, 10, 15, 20. I think it's over no matter what. Well, it's not quite 5, 10. It's like 4, 8. Oh, there's his second Consecrate. But the good thing about that is because you build these decks yourself, you can only have 2 of any cards. So logically, you might be able to suggest that, well, he can't have any more. So what we're going to do here, probably something like a Dr. Boom would be fine. That's always solid. Or we could spam the hero power, but at this point, we've got so many cards, it doesn't even matter if he kills Dr. Boom. He's got this hero smash thing, so we kind of want to hold on to this Argent Squire if we can. The reason for that is because we want to minimize the random chance of him killing Dr. Boom. So what we can do is also chuck out an aspirant as well. He certainly doesn't have any more consecrations. What he's going to have to hope for is a decimate and then a poison cloud. The ultimate combo really is to get decimate for 2 mana and then poison cloud for another 2 mana. It's 4 mana in total, and that completely clears the board and gives you a bunch of 2/2 slimes. That's like the best combo. But he's not trying for it. I think he's making the mistake of playing minions. I'm telling you, the key to this is honestly using up your hero power as much as possible. Don't use minions unless you feel like you have to, or you almost feel like bored. Dr. Boom is something like super valuable, so there's no harm. Or Lofeb if you want to make sure that they can't do it. I've seen people play Saboteur to increase that level of this. Hero Maiden, like I mentioned earlier, turns this to a 1 mana ability, so you could go Hero Maiden and the Garrison Commander. Like there's a 2 mana card that makes you able to use your hero power multiple times. Don't know if Koldara works with a mage. Maybe that's why I came across a mage last time. But anyway, this might be over anyway, to be quite frank with you, because I could just do Druid of the Claw, Savage Roar, Blessing of Might. So yeah, you're getting the idea basically, and you've got these bog standard ones which just summon minions. So let's see if we have got Fatal here. So 3, or probably not actually, that looks a bit low. So 3, 5, hang on a second, I'm bad at math. 3, 6, 9. That's including that. I don't think that is, but we can always try for it. Let's do it anyway and see what happens. I ain't got the time to work out the math. Let's go for broke. Nah. Oh, wait, yes. It's so powerful. There you go. So if you're wanting to know how to win with Druid and you've got a bunch of imbalanced cards like myself, you might want to consider using this deck because it's worked a charm and I've won practically every single game. A lot of people don't seem to really know what they're doing, and my biggest advice to you is to just spam hero power, and obviously hope to get a bit lucky with it, but hero power is a really good way to go, and control style minions, things to help build up the ramp or allow you to use your hero power more, are obviously the way to go in this game as well, because the hero power is so damn freaking strong the majority of the time. Alright then, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video was useful for you. If it was, then make sure to thumbs up, subscribe, like, and all that kind of stuff. Share it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.